should be out on the bomby day.
Hey everyone, John Elligal with the New York Times here. Hope you all are enjoying this very beautiful scenery here out on the Torres Strait Islands. I'm here with Maluwap Nona, and Maluwap is a traditional and commercial fisher here out in the Torres Strait Islands. Maluwap, you want to greet the viewers at home?
Kapukuiga.
The traditional and commercial fisher here.
Good day. My name is Maluwap Nona. I'm a traditional and commercial fisherman in the Torres Strait. It's part of my heritage. I'm a third generation. I've been doing fishing for the last 30 years. And the Torres Strait is the northern part of Australia, between two continents, between Papua New Guinea and the tip of Queensland and Australia. And we've recently won our sea claim.
Yeah. Well, yeah, before we start that, I just want to let the audience know. So we're going to talk a little bit with Maluwap about the state of fishing around here for Torres Strait Islander people who are the indigenous people to this land. And invite you to ask questions if you have questions for Maluwap about, you know, fishing and stuff out here, or anything about his heritage and whatnot. Please do feel free to ask. So first, Maluwap, can you give me just a little bit of a background on what the issue has been right now for your people, indigenous Torres Strait Islander people, when it comes to can you fishing rights?
Torres Strait is the makeup geographically. It's 80% water, 20% landmass. I guess it's for thousands of years. Our nation of people have utilized these waters, maintain the sustainability of our natural species. We've depended on the sea country for our livelihood. In the modern world today, we still depend on the sea country and the seafood that sustain our way of life, and it's an environment that we keep intact, and we are very much in tune with Mother Nature. And for us is to maintain that. So that we are very much in tune with Mother Nature, culture that is connected to our sea country. For us, that is to maintain that. Forth, I guess, what we have as a nation of people, one of the indigenous people in this country, and also we also.
You got some fish? Oh, looks like we might have something. Is that right, Maluwap? All right, look, sorry, this is live TV, folks, so we're going to interrupt this while Maluwap pulls in something. We don't know what it is yet. He's pulling in a fish here. Sorry if it's kind of bumpy, folks. It's, you know, we're out in the middle of the ocean, so it might be kind of bumpy, but
Come on.
We're getting a fish here. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to get you folks a better angle here without being too... What kind of stuff do you usually catch out here, Maluwap?
We get trouts, coral trout, some trevallies. Sometimes we get sharks. All depends on what's on the other side.
We're gonna avoid the sharks today, though, right?
Yeah, that's the main thing, trying to avoid the sharks.
Sorry everyone for the shaky camera work here. He's got a fish here, so I'm getting on this side so we can watch him pull it in. Is it a heavy one or?
It's a heavy one. It's a heavy one.
Which fish tastes the best?
All depends what you want. At the end of the day, what you want.
What do you like the best?
I don't mind the coral trout.
Oh, okay.
Or the barramundi cod.
Yeah. Still trying to pull it in here?
Yeah, still trying to put it in.
What do you think it is? Any ideas?
It could be a shark.
Oh, geez. You got me standing right here if it's a shark?
Yep.
Well, I guess
you're the one who's going to take it out.
Our live audience might get something very amazing if there is a shark here. It might be either amazing or tragic. I don't know. Derek Shaw is asking, is the line going to snap? Does that ever happen? Does the line
Could
ever
be.
snap?
It can if it's a big one.
Oh, okay. Jeremy Lou says, is that Australia? Yes, this is guess considered legally part of Australia. I don't know. Maybe we can talk to Maluwap later about what he thinks this place is.
Yep.
I should probably get out of the way, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
It's coming, bud.
All right, here it comes. We think. What do you use for bait, Maluwap? That's one of our
I
questions.
use Murray Island sardines. Murray Island sardines are really good.
Okay.
They're fresh, healthy.
Hello!
Jessica Barton says, what kind of shark could it be if it's a shark?
Could be a reef shark, a white tip or a black tip.
Okay.
Big one.
Does it usually take this long to pull them out?
Not usually, but this is.
Oh man, here we go. This is, see, the New York Times bringing to you some excitement out here on the high seas of Australia, I guess, that were just off the coast of Australia. Torres Strait Islands, and we're a little bit south of Papua New Guinea, right, basically?
Yep. South of Papua New Guinea, the tip of Australia.
Which island are you close to? Asks Anusha Zarkesh. So, Anusha, right behind us is Thursday Island, where we left.
Yep,
what's this island right in front of us?
This is Kiruri.
Kiruri.
Kiruri, yep.
Yep.
Look at the shark coming up. Look at the shark. Quick, 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 quick.
Wait. Oh, there's a shark. It's a shark. What kind of shark is it?
It's a big blind.
It's a what?
Here, look, here.
Where? Oh, yep, there's a shark, folks. We have a shark. Good thing I did not go swimming in this one. Wow, just like that, we catch a shark. How amazing is this? I don't know if it's amazing or scary or whatnot, but we've got a shark. Wow, that's, did you let him go?
Yeah, I did.
All right, good. good for my safety and the rest of us. So, folks, this is seriously live. We did not plan that. So, Maluwap just hooked on a shark, and yeah, so that was interesting. Eric Todd asked if you eat it, but you let it go, right? So,
We do.
okay, good. Wow. So, Mal, how often do you get shark out here when you're fishing?
Usually there's a lot of sharks. We tend to move from one bommy to the other because when you get infested by all the sharks coming and start attacking the fish that you're catching, you've got to move to the next bommy. This Torres Strait is full of sharks, but we respect the shark family. We always tend to leave them alone. It's part of this is their bread and butter in here also, and we've got to respect that.
Gotcha. So sharks, you don't ever take those in?
We never don't take sharks.
Okay. And why is that?
Because they do have a purpose in the Torres Strait waters. They're part of the ecosystem and the sustainability, and they've been living here for thousands of years, so we've got to respect that.
Brian Easton says there should be more fishing laws because the ocean is having deficit of life. Talk to me a little bit about what the conflict has been between, the indigenous people of this land, of this area, Torres Strait Islanders, and the Commonwealth when it comes to fishing rights up here. So, just to give background, there was a 2013 court decision that gave you all. Can you talk about that and what's been the problems since then?
Well, there are two indigenous people in this country. There are Aboriginal people in Torres Strait Islands, and we are 3% out of 24 million people in this country. And it's very hard to, I guess, pursue and enforce what we want to protect in the Torres Straits. But the 2013 decision, or post-Akiba, meant the whole world to us. The High Court delivered that.
And what essentially did that decision say, just in layman's terms? It said
the High Court delivered that we had commercial rights prior to colonization, that no legislation can remove that.
And so it basically said that this is your land,
This
your
is
land
our
and your
country.
water to fish.
Yes, but our native title right doesn't exclude others that who had licenses prior to the native title claim. But with the commercial rights, we can pursue anything that is has value. Now for us, what we want is that we are the majority in this region, and we want to take total control in terms of our destiny and our lives.
And so obviously that's what you all want, but tell people the way it currently works right now. Who's getting most of the fish and most of the money right now?
Well, currently what's happening is that the government is not actually respecting our rights that are out there, because it's 4.5 years now post-Akiba, since 2013, they haven't really legislated our rights under the Torres Strait Fisheries Act. Now, to us, that is outright systematic discrimination and institutionalized racism that applies in this country. You know, we can go out to the world and talk about the Japanese taking whales, and yet in their backyard in Australia, you know, the Australian government need to understand that they are bound by laws in this country to protect indigenous people's rights and interests.
So basically what's happening now is, to break it out in a nutshell, are the white people just coming in here and doing most of the fishing and taking most of the catch?
Their licenses have value. Our licenses don't have value.
Explain that to me. What do you mean? What can their licenses do that yours
Their
don't?
licenses are transferable license like any other license if you operate in the fishing industries in any democracy. So if you want to sell the license, it has a value, how much it's worth. But in terms of indigenous license, it's only worth $100. But you cannot trade off your license. We understand that. There are reasons behind that. But you need to, if you want to talk about democracy and you want to talk about fairness and equity across the table, indigenous people should be treated as citizens of this country, be given the same status.
But who right now is getting to do most, or getting most of the commercial fishing around here? What is it? Is it white people?
Well, there are two things that are happening. The TBH operators out here, the non-indigenous fishers, I mean, they have a valid license to fish. They're catching product, and you might as well say that they are getting a bit more product than us. But at the same time, the government is putting our people under the welfare scheme and crippling our people from becoming autonomous. And what I say is that the total control over in terms of being self-determined in economic development. For us to contribute and engage in that, we need to actually remove our people from the welfare system and develop and streamline policies so that our people can be in the real industry and fulfill the aspirations of what we've achieved in native title rights over 44,000 square kilometers.
So I think the thing, you know, in the United States, there's obviously lots of kind of controversy and clashes when it comes to the rights of Native Americans in the United States, right? And what land ownership they have. I think some people might find it odd that, you know, the courts essentially ruled that yes, this land did belong to you all before colonizers came, yet you all still have to follow, it seems like, some of their rules when it comes to going out and doing what you've always done.
Yeah,
right?
we seem to follow their rules, but they're not taking what has the justice system delivered in the High Court. And what the government should be doing is enforcing that and making sure that our rights are protected. I don't need a license to go out there and get a fish. That's what it means to me. But if I go out there and throw a line, or if I dive for a tropical lobster, or pick up a fisherman sea slug, I would be prosecuted. They would say to me, you don't have a license. Now, where's justice in this? We have this bundle of rights, but we want to exercise, but we can't.
So what you're saying is basically they're putting restrictions on you doing something in your own land that belongs to you, that belonged to you in the first place.
That's correct. That is correct.
And talk about fishing for you, like, is it just for you, just for commercial reasons, or is there a higher cultural and spiritual reason to it?
Yep. The spiritual reason is we have a connection to our nation in the sea country. Our totems derive from the ocean. And most of our tribes are connected to that. And we still practice our traditional ecological knowledge. We have a connection to our ancestors in the sea country. Now, culturally, we still maintain the status quo of respecting protocols from island to island, to sea country to sea country. See, for us, that's what our ancestors have done in the past. And that's what it means, the unique environment of this region. We don't just get out there and fish commercially, but we also make sure that the sustainability of what we fish for remains there for us and the next generations and the generations after and the unborn.
And so I think one of the problems, right, with what the commercial fishers are doing, they're not really respecting that custom. Is that correct?
That's correct.